Hey everyone, John here, and today I'm just going to show you a couple of doll finds that I got from yesterday's Barbie Bricks and Beyond event. I don't think there's going to be any more events in my state this year, and so I decided that I'm going to go on a no dolly diet for November. Like, I decided to buy some items that I've kind of had my eye on for a while, and the price was decent, so yeah. So I just got a couple of things to show you today. My first doll that I got was this jointed Cindy clone. I got it for $5 because the person who was selling her, she didn't know how to replace the elastic in this clone doll, and so I got her in parts. But it was so easy to string her up again just by studying the where the elastic should go and everything. And surprisingly, her face is very much like Cindy, but she doesn't have the rooted eyelashes, and yeah, I don't see any real kind of quality difference between this knockoff Cindy and the actual thing. Her body, the hands definitely remind me of another action figure from the same kind of era. So I wonder if the same sculptor was used for this body as well. And she's a little kicky in the torso joint because she just kind of defaults to curving back. So I might hot glue suede her hip joint just so she can pose just a tiny bit better. And I'm really embarrassed about this, but when I originally bought her hair was down to here. It was really soft and curly, but it didn't lay down properly, and she had a lot of bald spots that I wanted to cover. So I first tied down the front part of her hair like that, and when I poured the boiling water on top, her hair just completely shriveled up. It's very, very short. It's very curly and frizzy, but I feel really embarrassed that I did ruin a vintage doll hair, but I do think I did make this kind of work for her. But yeah, so if you're not very sure of the doll brand and it's vintage, the hair might just completely shrivel up in hot water. So yeah. Her dress is from a fashion royalty collector who makes doll dresses, and I originally bought this dress for my Star Trek Vina, but I think it goes really well with the shoes that this doll came with, and it really, I think it really fits her well in terms of style and fit, so yeah. From the same fashion royalty seller, she was selling a couple other outfits as well, and one of the outfits was a yellow dress. I originally bought this dress for my Audrey Hepburn doll, but after I saw it next to my blue skin Sweet Tea doll, I just thought the color looked amazing on her, and the fit was perfect, and I really love it because Sweet Tea has such a versatile face for a modern doll, and I think it goes very well with vintage style outfits. And yeah, the blue goes really well with yellow, I think. And yeah. Also, while I haven't been a huge fan of Monster High and Ever After High dolls for a while, one of the sellers that I see there frequently, they've known me for a while now, and so they were able to give me a discount on a lot of the dolls that they were selling. And while I wasn't interested in a lot of them, I did buy a Cupid and a Maddie Hatter doll to use their bodies for other customs. And here they are. This is a vintage, I think it's a vintage craft doll head. I know it's a knockoff or a clone of Hasbro's Leggy dolls, and I just thought like her head really suited the really elongated kind of body. And yeah, I had to carve it out and everything, but I think she really kind of fits on it with her like really stylistic kind of face and everything. So yeah. And my Princess Holy Up anime doll, I had her on a Descendants body, but I did try her on the Maddie Hatter body, and it was so adorable. Like I knew I had to have her on it again. So yeah. The next doll is also from the same person that was selling the Ever After High and Monster High dolls. And I got the camel coat articulated Silkstone doll. And I mostly got her because I was really, really, really interested in how the Silkstone body handled in person. And I've been wanting to get another Silkstone Barbie for a while, so I guess it's 2 birds, 1 stone. And yeah, I did have to straighten out her hair because, like, before it was kind of like in a really big bouffant kind of like flip, but it was very uneven and yeah. The doll was basically unremoved from the box. The person bought her mainly for the clothes to strip her and then just sold her still tied up in the box. And there is a lot of quality issues that I have with this doll. Usually when I get a Silkstone doll, I really love how high quality it is, how heavy it feels, and I really do love the vintage look. But I've just been really disappointed handling this doll because the joints feel really flimsy. Like if you can see, like the elbow, like it doesn't bend well. Like, it doesn't feel really conclusive to bending. It just feels like I'm going to snap her arm off. So I have to be very careful when I move her arm up and down like this. Just so I'm not, like, putting any more stress on the actual post in her arm. Like, this arm bends, like, pretty well on her own. Like that. But I have to be very careful with this. I've tried sanding down as much as I could around the elbow. Because I did notice there was a lot of excess plastic still stuck in the joint. So now it moves a bit easier, but I still feel like I'm going to snap off her arm at this point. And I'm very disappointed at her knees because, like, they don't even bend to 90 degrees. They bend slightly less than that. And also, like, you think with knee joints like this, they would swivel, but I can't swivel these legs. And I've looked up on other doll collectors to see if their Silkstone dolls kind of suffer the same issues and if there was any fixes for them. But I've noticed that all of them, like, they can't really swivel their knees in and out, like, at all. You can only, like, kind of do it if you turn the entire upper leg around, which I don't think is a very good design choice, especially since you're able to do this with the elbows. I keep telling myself I should do a review about this, but I feel really disappointed by the articulated Silkstone body. For the price that you pay, like, I do think that it needs to have better quality control, and I don't think anyone in Australia who bought her from, like, Toys R Us really has any kind of recourse for if the doll snaps a leg or if we find any kind of quality flaws after taking her out of the box. But yeah, I do think she has personality in her, but I think that's more because of the vintage sculpt rather than Mattel really putting effort into it. And yeah, I am really disappointed in this because I do love Silkstone dolls for what they are. Because, like, every time that I play with a Silkstone doll, anything I put on them, it really drapes naturally on them and the clothes look really nice on them. But with this, like, her proportions are a bit more petite. So, like, I can't put vintage clothes on her without it looking, like, really saggy in the bust and the waist. And it's really frustrating because I bought this, this other articulated Silkstone dress for, a couple of my other dolls, and none of them fitted because the dress is so form-fitting. And I'm really disappointed in the, like, compatibility, the quality control issues. But I'm gonna keep trying to make it work for me because I do see potential in this body. Like, I don't know if I'm going to carve out, like, her joints so they can actually sit just a bit better. I have sanded around the area around this joint so that the plastic is flush with the disc inside the elbow joint. So it is like, I do feel a tiny bit safer, like, kind of moving an arm like this. But I still have to be very careful. And I can't trust myself if I put her in a shirt that covers up the sleeves, because I could accidentally snap it by accident. And I really don't want to risk that. So, yeah. And finally, one of my doll friends, Elizabeth's Plaid, she's buying me the 50th anniversary repro Francie, which now means that once I get her home, I'll have all of the reproduction Francie dolls. And so when I was at the doll market and I was about to leave, like, I saw this one person mark down this box set, and I just couldn't resist getting it. I had to get the Becky box set. If you're not a Barbie collector, for a very long time in the Barbie collecting communities, if you saw a prototype doll or a like piece of clothing or accessory in a catalog, but it never got into production, usually people would say that, oh, that item's just gone off to Becky Land, because back in the 1960s, Francie had, in the catalogs, Francie had a friend modeling new clothes and stuff, and in some of them they were called, she was named Becky, but even though there was a lot of pictures and a lot of prototypes of her, Becky never got made into an actual production doll. So she's been kind of a, like, collector's myth for a while, or at least a bit of an in-joke. So when Mattel finally announced the Becky doll was going to be made, like, I was actually quite excited for this because, like, I thought it was one of the few times that Mattel has actually acknowledged the collecting community. And yeah. I haven't been able to get the set just because it's always been out of my price range, but the person who was selling it, she said she's tried selling it multiple times for, like, various prices, and now she just basically wants it, like, gone for at least a decent price. And so I was very happy to pay it, so yeah. As you can see, it's a very loving, like, tribute to the 1960s style packaging and everything. And on the inside, it's a very nice display item. Like, it, as you can see, it comes with 2 outfits, like, a bunch of, like, vintage accessories. Like, and Becky herself. I am going to take Becky out of the packaging because, she's only held, the white insert that she's in is actually removable from the rest of this, and that she can just kind of slip out from if you undo, like, the ties at her ankles and her waist. And I definitely want to take her out, but I do think I want to keep all the clothes and accessories in this kind of display, because even though they are cute and I can't imagine my dolls actually wearing a lot of these outfits, I just think it shows what Mattel can do when they listen to the collectors and, you know, actually aim to make something for them instead of, like, trying to be really budget conscious. And yeah, she does use the Casey face sculpt, but yeah, I'm very excited about that. But I do have a lot of dolls that I want to get through, and yeah, I'm happy to wait. So yeah, those are my finds from the last doll meet of this year, and even though I didn't get as much as I usually do, I'm very happy with the quality of the items that I got. and I can work more with them in the future. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.